Eritrea has dismissed speculation that President Isaias is in poor health, saying he's fit as a fiddle. The country's exiled opposition has alleged that Afwerki has a serious liver ailment and has been receiving medical treatment in Qatar. RFI's Daniel Finnan questions Girma Asmerom, the Eritrean ambassador to the African Union in Addis Ababa.
There has been a concerted disinformation campaign against Eritrea. Everybody has been talking as if Eritrea is destabilizing the region. That is lie and absolute fabrication. At one time, they said there were 2,000 Eritrean soldiers in Somalia. They couldn't find even a single soldier. And another time, they say Eritrea is the one which is financing the whole Al-Shabaab and giving ammunition, while Eritrea is a poor country which doesn't neither have the resource or the capacity. So Eritrea has been fighting terrorism for a long time, more than anybody in the region. So it's part of the concerted effort, disinformation and deception campaign that has been propagated against Eritrea. We don't even understand what the reason is, but we have a speculative analysis. They just want to divert from the international responsibility on the border issue between Eritrea and Ethiopia, where Ethiopia is still occupying for the last 10 years. So maybe they think, by deceiving and cheating the international community, they can get away with it. So it's part of the campaign.
So as far as you're concerned, the president is as fit as a fiddle and in good health?
You would never even compete with him, the way he travels, the way he walks, the way he visits the different remote areas in Eritrea. He's a hands-on kind of president. He's not something who sits in the palace, drives around and looks at things from a distance. He's a hands-on person who travels all over Eritrea, and he's a visible person who doesn't even close roads, and he's visible. In Eritrea, he stops at the red light.
Maybe then you can help me dispel some of the information that's been spread. We understand that he's regularly been travelling to Qatar. The speculation says that this is in order to treat a liver ailment, but I imagine you would say that he's been dealing with other business in Qatar.
In the first place, he's not regularly traveling. He travels as any president would travel to any country. We have a very good relationship with Qatar. So he travels to Qatar and he stays there maybe 1 to 3 days. I remember one time he was there 3 days, and then there was on the newspaper that he had a liver problem, so he was in Qatar for 3 weeks. While the news was public in Qatar itself, where it says he was there for 3 days and left to Eritrea. There was a news that saying he was in Qatar. So it's all a campaign, as I told you. And most of the news emanates from disgruntled individuals, or sometimes even some people in Washington, the spin doctors. Sometimes even people say it's a CIA kind of campaign.
The president is 66 years old, as I understand, and he's been in power since 1993. Can I maybe ask about a possible succession in the future? What sort of framework is there in Eritrea for a possible succession after the president?
As I said, the president is healthy and intact. You should leave this speculation aside, and it should be left. All issue of succession must be left to the people of Eritrea.
Listening to Paris Live, it's 4:26 Universal Time, 6:26 here in Paris. Now in sports